You're in such an interesting place in your career because you are a person who has the ability to completely build back up and challenge again for the title. Is that the most important thing for you right now?
It's just another fight. You got to go out there and kill the other guy before he kills you. You try to keep it as primitive and basic as it is. All this other stuff is new. Fighters know, they understand. In the end, most of the time this was in somebody's backyard after a party or something. So now it's like, you guys are the party.
When do you flip that switch? Because I was watching your media day, and you just seem very calm and relaxed. And honestly, for all the interviews I've watched, you seem very happy just to be there. When do you flip that switch? Because I see a different Dominick Cruz right now.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I guess it just, people don't change. I'm the same guy I've always been. You just notice things differently as you get older, I think. That you don't always have to be one thing. You can shift it, you can move, you know. I think fathers, mothers understand that the best. When you become that, you can't always be what you are at work. You can, for your kids or whatever. You know, I've learned that just without having kids. I've just learned that in life. So I try to stay as calm as possible until I don't need to be calm, and then I can be who I need to be, which is, you know, that's the gift that we have as fighters, is we get to punch somebody at the end of the day. How many people in this world want to punch somebody and don't get to do it? Let's be honest. I think there's more people that want to admit it. Even the ones that are scared of fighting, I think they want to punch somebody and just kind of resist the feeling, but I don't have to resist it, so I get to turn that on, as you said, and right now is that time. It's time.
We get to do it. Dom, when you walked up, we were looking at a piece, and your numbers still have you at the top of the leaderboards in a lot of things. But do you ever look back? I know you're a very positive thinking person, but look back and say those 3 years, the injuries, the time that you had off, and think, what more I could have done if those injuries never happened?
I'm here, you know. You could never should have done something now. You just got to be where you're at. And that's literally where I'm at. Right, this is it. I mean, it's all chalked out to this. How many fighters are still doing this at this age? If you know, things don't go the way they go, do I have the mindset that I have now, as you said, to be able to shift and be different things? Like, I don't know. It's just the way it is, man. But the last thing I want to do is look back at what I should have, could have done.
Dom, I'm sorry, KB. You mind if I say one? You've called a lot of Chito's fights, and I find that so interesting. When I'm watching footage on him, I'm hearing your voice so many times, right? So you know him inside and out. How much of this analyst work that you've done are you able to apply to say, all right, I need to just do what I say should be done to beat this guy?
Well, you know, when I call fights, I'm calling in favor of the fighter. I'm doing it for the fighter to get their style out. With other fighters, I'm not really saying, I don't believe I could be, but I don't really feel like I'm saying what they should be doing. I'm saying what's happening live. So in this fight, I'm going to have Bisping and Daniel Cormier doing that. So I just need to show up, trust my instincts, and do my job and fight somebody.
So when you did prepare for this fight, though, what do you feel strategically are Chito's best weapons? What did you feel, you know, were going to be your biggest concerns in this matchup?
You don't worry about what he's going to do to me. I worry about how he's going to have to adjust to what I do. The more you think about the other person, I can't control the other person. I don't know what he's going to do. So I just focus on me and my skill set, which is my instincts, my movement, just being in the moment. I did the training, so I don't really need to worry about it now. Like, it's done. Now I get to show up and have fun.
Dom, any chance I get when I'm around a champion, a former champion, someone who I believe is going to be in the Hall of Fame, I want to ask this question. You've kind of already done it all. Like, you've been the world champion. You've carried this division on your back for a really long time. You have the numbers, the stats, the respect of all your peers. When you wake up in the morning and, like, back hurts and you're sore and you don't want to get up and do it, like, what still drives you at this point in your career to continue to make that, you know, make that walk every single time?
First of all, I want to say thanks for giving me that respect. Sometimes you don't really feel like that's ever going to happen because you're still competing, you know, so thank you. Especially you doing what you've done in the sport. You too. But it's more, I think, being in the moment of being able to embrace the unknown. It's scary. We all deal with the unknown in life. Forget I'm fighting, right? When we get out of here, there's got to be something that you don't know is going to happen next, all three of you, and you're nervous for it. I get to do that on the most vulnerable stage on earth in front of everybody here in San Diego, and that's a transformational event. You know, transformation is a public event. So it's like, this is the unknown is so terrifying, so scary for all of us as humans. You know, you multiply it, and I don't know when you're here why I do this to myself sometimes. But then when you're there. And that's what I got to count on, right, is just trusting my instincts and showing the courage, because the fear's there.
Dom,
Fear's always going to be there.
I got to say, I was impressed just now when Anthony answered that question. The humility that you show, you know, you're very humble about it. Do you feel that not every fighter, or do you feel like most fighters recognize what you've done, the resume that you've put forward, how you've carried a division, they said, on your back? Because I think all of us very much recognize what you've done, and you are a Hall of Famer. Well,
thank you. I think that I am. You never know until things are done, right? When I feel like people talk about you when you're done, you know, you hear about rappers all the time that pass away, and then now they're on shirts and they're everywhere. Yeah. It's like, what happens when somebody's career's over? That's when people start to tell how they really feel. I feel like my career's still active, so I try not to worry about how other people are feeling, and because you never know.
Right. Speaking of feeling, though, isn't that one of the great joys this week for you, Dom, is that physically your body does feel good? And how many times have you had to come here banged up and not, you know, no fighter's ever 100%, but how much of a difference has that made for you, just feeling better in your body? Yeah,
it brings a lot of confidence. Yeah. I just know from past experience that when I'm healthy like I am right now, I show up. And it's nice to have that. I've had to come into fights with hands that are, you know, broken, feet that are broken, you know, shoulders that, you know, they're on a whim, they're not going to last much longer. Your feet are compromised, and then you got to mentally be like, I'll get through it. It's going to be okay. You know, I hit it with cortisone, so it should be good.
I'll get it fixed after.
Yeah, I'll fix it. You know, I'll fix it after. Thank God for UFC insurance; they'll take care of me. But now I honestly don't have to do that, because I've taken good care of my body and I'm showing up. It's nice.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.